Welcome to Cooking Like a Guy. Today we got a problem. Really ripe bananas. What do we do with these? Well, I decided that I'm going to make something out of them instead of just tossing them into the compost. So today we're going to make banana nut bread. Now I don't know how to make banana nut bread, but Debi Dahlia did it and she wrote it down as a recipe. And so I'm going to dedicate this to her because one, she's passed away, two, she was a fabulous cook, and so we're going to share in her delight today. What do we need to do this? We need 2½ cups of flour, 1 cup of sugar, 3½ teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 3 teaspoons of cooking oil, this is just corn oil, 3/4 of a cup of milk, whole, skim, whatever works for you. An egg. 1 cup of finely chopped nuts. These are walnuts. I threw them into the blender. If you don't have a blender, you can take something and just pound on it until they don't have to be really fine, just chopped up. You can even use a knife if you're really good at it. And then the final ingredient, of course, is bananas. That 1 cup took 3 of these size bananas. You know, your mileage may vary. They're really ripe. They're really mushy. For some people, that might be fun. So what do we do? What do we do? It's real easy. According to Debbie, all we have to do is pour in the flour. Anybody can do that. Look, I'm proof of it. Pour in the sugar. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine the two. So this will make a nice even distribution of the ingredients. Now we put in that baking powder, which is going to cause the dough to rise. And then we're going to do our salt. Now that can be sea salt, it can be whatever kind of salt you like. I wouldn't go too fancy because you don't want to change the taste of this. So don't go with the fancy salts that have you know, strange taste to them. Not strange taste, just unusual taste. Oil. Here. And we take care of that. You know, my one concern as I'm doing this is that where was I going to put those eggshells? But hey, I got lots of leftover bowls, so that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so not much happens there. Again, we're just trying to mix up the ingredients. And now we're going to add the milk. And I like getting all of it out. Now, she had us combining everything for a ½ minute. I'm going to tell you right now. I never watched her make this recipe, but it's going to take a lot longer than ½ minute for me. She was probably using, a mixer. And I'm not doing that because I'm assuming that maybe you guys don't have a mixer. Because Cooking Like a Guy, you know, he doesn't have all those fancy tools. He's got a few bowls and he's lucky to have that. So we mix this up. Now we're going to add our egg, which is going to give us a little bit more liquid. Look at that, all those little cups and things came in so handy for the eggshell. You know, and actually in the future, what I might do is mix the liquid ingredients separately and then combine them and just pour them in. Look at that. Now we're going to combine in the walnuts. You know, and it could be pecans. It can be your favorite nut. Mix that in here. And finally, let's bring in the thing that makes banana bread. The ripe bananas. Now this, because it's ripe, it's really moist. And it's also sweet. So this will make this a little bit runnier. So after more than ½ minute of hand mixing, we have this nice batter. Let's place it into our pan. And set your oven for 350 degrees. This is going to bake for about 55 to 65 minutes. I put it in the center rack. I'm going to pick 60 minutes to see how that works out, because my oven just tends to be in the mid-range for some reason. Okay, let's go to the oven. So we've set our oven to 350 degrees, rack in the middle, and 55 to 65 minutes. I'm going to go for 60. See you in a bit. Okay, it turns out that in my oven, 55 would have probably been the better baking time. I used my magic toothpick, which I inserted in the middle of the loaf, and it came out dry when it was in the oven, which told me that it was done. I've allowed it to cool, and hopefully it'll come out in one piece. Voila! Thank you very much, Shortening, for making that possible. Gorgeous looking loaf. Got my bread knife here. If you don't have a bread knife, butter knife would probably do. And let's take a look. Good texture. Smells delicious. Anyway, as you saw, it's easy to make, so you should try it. And it's a tribute to my departed friend Debi Dahlia for a great recipe. Enjoy.